Morning, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. That book is awesome. And if you think this one's good, if you enjoy it when you're done, wait till you move into the next one. Stop doing that shit. That's a mind blower. That one's a wicked good book. That gets very deep into psychology. So I want to add, I love your stuff about motivation. That's a great message. And I want to add to it because I've learned a lot about it over the last time I did 75 Hard, and I've watched all the great speakers and listened to the videos and learned all the things. Motivation, the meaning of it is simply to provide or to be provided a motive. Motivation isn't a magical essence. It doesn't just like this weird thing that happens all of a sudden. Every once in a while you happen upon some good information. You get a speaker that says something, somebody does something, there's an occurrence, lights a fire under your ass, you're being provided a motive. That is motivation. But what motivation really is it's what happens after you start doing something. Motivation precedes the action, not the other way around. A lot of people get it wrong. They think you get motivated, then you get off your ass and you do something, and that's not it. Those people just see the reverse side of what other humans have done. What it is it precedes the action. You get off your ass and you start doing something, and then you start getting motivated, because that's how that works. You actually have to do something. You have to actually put something in before you get something out, like priming a pump. Zig Ziglar said it just like that. He's got a long story. Feel free to watch it. It's about the Alabama voice. He says you got to put something in before you get something out. But in any case, that's motivation. Funny thing about motivation, I actually like this part about motivation, is it's fleeting. It's not permanent. It's not even close to permanent. It's actually quickly fleeting. So if you're banking on motivation to be your drive, you're gonna eventually you're gonna be upset. You're gonna crash and burn, maybe. So like Andy Frisella says, you got to move from motivation to discipline. Because once that drive, once that sensation, that feeling, that goes away, then what? You're just going to lose. You got to actually put your shit in order. You got to get your steps set. You got to have that grit, that fortitude. You got to know what you're going to do, so that way when the days come that you don't want to do it, you still do it because you know you should do it. And most of the time, I don't want to do it. Definitely. Like the vast majority of the time, I like the results. So you go from motivation to discipline. But funny thing about discipline is it's also fleeting, because eventually you get tired. You get sick of doing stuff you don't want to do over and over and over again. There's another level. Andy uses a different word, I can't think of it, but it's basically a form of determination where not only will you bank on discipline, but you actually go to another level where you give it your all, even if you don't want to. Because what happens with discipline is you'll do it, even if you don't want to, for a while anyway. You will eventually quit, but you'll do it for a while. But while you're doing it, you're not giving it your best. You'll just check it off the list. You'll just kind of get it done. You'll read that book, but did you really absorb the information? You'll do that workout, but did you really push it? And so discipline does definitely go by the wayside. Now, this determination is where it takes it to another step. But even that does fleet eventually, because it's the same problem. You just push it out a little further by giving it more. So once you understand what it is you want and why you want it, that helps a lot. Because eventually, you're going to not do something you don't want to do, no matter what. So you have to decide if you actually want it. Do you want it? Do you want the results? Do you want the action? There's other ways to get the same results. So you eventually have to move from busting your ass to understanding the situation. Do you even want this thing? So that's the thing about motivation. I've learned a lot about it. So anyway, day 7, rainy. I'm loving it. Have a good day, guys.